Okay, so get this. In just the past few years, the amount of computing power used to train AI models has grown by literally billions of times. Billions. It is absolutely staggering to think about. Welcome, everyone, to this explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today because we're going to break down, structure, and really understand the most revolutionary technologies of our modern world. We are looking at the architecture of intelligence itself: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. If you've been wanting to grasp how the future is being built right this very second, well, you're in the exact right place. Now, you hear these buzzwords literally everywhere: AI, ML, DL. People use them interchangeably all the time, right? On the news, around the office, and especially online. It's so easy to just assume they're all different names for the exact same thing, usually just thrown into a startup pitch deck to make it sound a bit more, futuristic. Okay, let's dive into this, because they actually aren't the same. They are deeply connected, for sure, but they're distinctly different layers of technology. So here is our map for today's journey. First, decoding artificial intelligence. Second, how machine learning works. Third, demystifying deep learning. Fourth, AI, ML, and DL compared. Fifth, transforming the real world. And finally, number 6, your future in AI. We're going to start broad and zoom all the way in.
All right, let's kick things off with our outermost layer. Section 1, decoding artificial intelligence, the broad umbrella. At its core, artificial intelligence is this incredibly broad field of computer science, and its main goal is giving machines the ability to simulate human intelligence. Think about what you and I do effortlessly every single day. We recognize a friend's face in a crowded room. We understand complex nuances in a conversation. We learn from our mistakes, and we come up with creative solutions to problems. It's actually profound when you stop and think about it. I mean, for decades, computers were really just rigid calculators. But AI systems, they try to mimic our biological intuition using algorithms and data. So whether it's Google Maps flawlessly predicting your exact arrival time in heavy traffic, or ChatGPT holding a fluid, highly contextual conversation with you, the goal is always to automate tasks and improve decision-making by simulating how a human actually thinks and perceives the world. To really wrap our heads around AI, we have to look at its 3 distinct categories. We've got narrow AI, general AI, and super AI. General AI is that hypothetical, human-level intelligence you always see in sci-fi movies. And super AI is the incredibly futuristic concept of machines actually surpassing human intellect across the board. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that practically all the AI we interact with today, from Alexa turning on your living room lights to those highly advanced, maybe a little addictive recommendation systems on YouTube, all of that is narrow AI. It's incredibly powerful and blazingly fast, but it's strictly designed and constrained for specific targeted tasks. Moving right along, let's zoom in one level deeper from that big umbrella. Section 2, how machine learning works, the paradigm shift. This brings us to machine learning. It's a specific, incredibly powerful subset of AI that enables machines to learn automatically from data, entirely without being explicitly programmed to do so. And I want to emphasize that because this is where the true technological revolution happens. Imagine, just for a second, how utterly exhausting it would be to write explicit line-by-line code for every single possible scenario a self-driving car might encounter. A child running into the street, a stop sign covered in heavy snow, a detour sign written in graffiti. It is humanly impossible to program millions of rules for the messy real world. So instead, we just feed the machine data and let it learn those rules entirely on its own. And this brilliantly illustrates that massive paradigm shift. Look at the traditional programming model. If a developer wants to catch spam emails, they have to manually write the rules. If the email says win money, mark it as spam, right? It's input plus rules equals output. But that falls apart the very second a spammer gets clever and writes WNMONEY. Traditional code is just too rigid. Machine learning flips this entirely on its head. We give the machine huge amounts of email data, that's the input, along with the output data, which are basically labels of spam or not spam. The machine figures out the hidden patterns. It takes the input and the output data, and it basically writes its own rules. So how do we actually pull this off? Well, machine learning follows a really specific pipeline. Let's say you want to predict house prices in a changing market. You can't just guess. First, you collect data. We're talking thousands of property records. Then, you clean that data to make sure it's high quality, fixing missing numbers or weird typos. Step 3 is training the model, which allows it to mathematically hunt down those hidden patterns. Step 4 is testing the model on new data to ensure it actually works and isn't just, memorizing the old stuff. And finally, step 5, making predictions. So if we feed this trained pipeline data on a new house's area, location, and number of rooms, the ML model leverages all those historical patterns to accurately predict the future selling price. And the absolute best part? It gets smarter and way more accurate over time. Okay, we are now zooming into the absolute deepest layer of our nesting doll here. Section 3, demystifying deep learning, the brain's mirror. Deep learning is a highly specialized subset of machine learning. It takes that entire concept of machine learning from data and just supercharges it using artificial neural networks, which are directly inspired by the billions of connected, firing neurons in the human brain. And if you've ever wondered why it's specifically called deep learning, well, it's simply because these neural networks contain multiple hidden layers of processing. More layers equal a deeper, far more complex learning capability. In fact, while early neural networks had maybe 2 or 3 layers, today's cutting-edge models, they can have hundreds or even thousands of hidden layers, processing information at a scale that is almost unfathomable. Here's exactly how that biological inspiration is structured inside a machine. A neural network has an input layer. This receives the raw data, like the thousands of individual pixels of a digital image. Then, the data passes sequentially through all those deep, hidden layers. This is where the real magic happens, guys. The first hidden layer might just detect simple edges and lines. The next layer combines those edges to detect shapes, like circles or triangles. The final hidden layers combine those shapes to recognize really complex features, like the distinct curve of a cat's ear or the texture of its fur. It calculates and extracts all of this automatically with zero human manual engineering. Finally, it reaches the output layer, producing the final prediction, correctly identifying the image as a cat. And deep learning architectures, specifically ones called transformers, are exactly what power massive tools like ChatGPT today. All right, it's time to zoom back out and look at how these 3 pieces fit together side by side. Section 4, AI, ML, and DL compared, the blueprint. So, the crucial point is this. Every single deep learning system is machine learning, and every machine learning system is artificial intelligence, but they absolutely do not scale the same way. As you move from basic AI down into deep learning, the complexity just skyrockets. Machine learning requires large data sets, sure, but deep learning requires massive, petabyte-scale data. We are literally talking about scraping almost the entire public internet. And because of the intense mathematical computations happening in all those hidden neural layers, deep learning requires incredibly high hardware power, specifically GPUs, to process millions of parallel computations at lightning speed. Vast amounts of data and serious computing power are the absolute required fuel for this entire ecosystem. Let's take all these technical definitions and see what they look like in practice. Section 5, transforming the real world, the revolution. This isn't just theoretical anymore, folks. It is transforming literally every global industry at breathtaking speed. In healthcare, AI isn't just helping doctors organize their files. It's actually spotting microscopic tumors in X-rays that the human eye completely misses, potentially saving millions of lives. In finance, it's analyzing millions of credit card transactions every single second, silently blocking fraud before you even realize your card was compromised. E-commerce platforms are using it for incredibly accurate demand forecasting, basically knowing what you want to buy before you do. Cybersecurity systems use it to instantly detect and neutralize digital threats. And of course, the whole generative AI revolution, models like Midjourney, Gemini, and DALL-E, they're autonomously generating award-winning artwork, composing music, and even writing highly complex software code. It is a full-scale industrial revolution, entirely powered by data and neural networks. So where do you fit into all of this? Let's make this personal. Section 6, your future in AI, the human element. Let's move to and see how this builds your exact personal roadmap. If you want to dive into this field and become an AI engineer or a data scientist, please don't be intimidated. Here are the very achievable, essential foundational steps you need to take. It starts with learning Python programming and mastering helpful libraries like NumPy and Pandas. From there, you'll want to build a strong foundation in mathematics, specifically linear algebra and statistics, which just helps you understand how the data actually moves. Then you step into the fun stuff, ML and DL libraries, like scikit-learn and TensorFlow. You'll learn how to handle structured data using SQL, and finally, how to deploy these massive trained models onto cloud platforms like AWS or Azure. This is the exact step-by-step blueprint for thriving in this space, and trust me, anyone can learn it. Because the ultimate truth here, artificial intelligence is no longer just a cool technology or some passing trend. It is rapidly becoming a fundamental layer of modern computing itself. AI systems,
constantly fed by massive cloud datasets and powered by high-end GPUs, are fundamentally rebuilding education, healthcare, logistics, and business from the ground up. It is, for all intents and purposes, the new electricity. Which brings us to a very important reality. Look, artificial intelligence is not going to completely replace humanity. But as the saying goes, people who know AI may replace people who do not. Learning how these systems actually work, understanding the fundamental difference between a simple machine learning algorithm and a deep, complex neural network, well, that is quickly becoming one of the most valuable landscape-shifting skills of the modern era. We've explored the broad umbrella of AI, the paradigm-shifting rules of machine learning, and the brain-mimicking layers of deep learning. The architecture of intelligence is being built right now as we speak. So the only question left is, in this new era, will you be the one directing the AI, or will you be competing against it? Dive deeper, start building your skills, and I'll see you in our next explainer.